Dr. Gerilyn Davis, and I am the Chief Inclusion Officer of Inclusion on the Slopes, and I'd like to welcome you to my first vlog. As the Chief Inclusion Officer of Inclusion on the Slopes, I've had the opportunity to work with several organizations as well as just interact with people throughout the industry, and I noticed that there was a bit of a gap. I felt like I've decided to shift my social media efforts because I wanted to create a level of intimacy and contact, and I wanted people to get to know me, and I want to get to know you. So I wanted to begin by talking about inclusion in a very organic way and kind of discuss my story. I realized as I've been doing all this consulting work, which is kind of my framework, I've been in HR and management for 16 years, and for the last 7, I focused on consulting. I've noticed that, okay, there needs to be kind of like a level up right about now. So I wanted to be authentic with you and just kind of, just be raw. Like, you're in my home. I'm coming and talking to you about inclusion. And I want people to see that inclusion is practical. You can actually embed it in your life every single day. And I thought I'd use myself as an example to kind of convey my story. So some of you may or may not know my story, but I'm originally from Indianapolis, Indiana, born and raised. And I've always had a dream of skiing, and it wasn't really in reach in my family. My mother, when I told her that I wanted to ski, she was like, "What? We don't ski." So, I kind of held tight to my dream. And as I got older, I knew that I wanted to be around more of a outdoorsy environment. Like, I love the outdoors, and to me, like, the snow was always like magical and enchanting and playful, and I would make snow angels and just do fun things in the snow, snowball fights, the whole thing as a kid. And so, what I decided as I got older, I wasn't married, I didn't have kids. I'm like, I'm going to move out to Denver, Colorado and pursue my dreams of skiing. And to fulfill my doctorate at the same time. So it worked out to be a win-win, and it's been an awesome journey. I think what I've learned most about immersing myself into the snow sports industry is that I determine my fate, and I determine how I engage with this environment. I think most importantly for me when it comes to inclusion is that you have to be your authentic self. You have to show up and be who you are, and also be able to understand that there has to be this activity of creating a safe space for people to show up. So the intention of this blog is, once again, to be able to have conversation, have dialogue. Once again, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to email me at drgerylyndavis@gmail.com. But I wanted to share my story because I think what's most important about my story is that I've learned throughout this entire process that the human connection is so powerful, and we are so interconnected. And this idea, and I'm not saying that we don't have variation, but we all are different. So therefore it makes us the same. We are all different. But I think we also have very, very lived experiences that we have to tap into. And so when it comes to inclusion, I really want to create this intimate connection. I really want to talk about the human component. So in these vlogs, you'll hear my stories. I'll talk to you about what's going on in my day-to-day and how I'm working on fostering inclusion. You'll also hear from people that I interact with. So later on in the series, you're going to hear from my neighbor, Tina, who I just met probably maybe a month or so ago, and we became great friends, and see how relationships develop in such an organic way. And inclusivity is really about honing in and creating this space of mutual exchange, belonging, respect. And when I think about inclusion, I really do believe that it's about relationships. The more you expand your relationship abilities, you will see that inclusion is nothing more than abundance. Like, it's just being able to have this idea that you can connect to so many people and you can achieve whatever you desire by being able to be inclusive and knowing that it's within your reach. And yes, will it be uncomfortable? Oh yeah. But I think the uncomfortability is the adventure. That is the joy of it, is that you have this amazing adventure as you're adjusting and you're evolving and being able to learn more about yourself. I mean, that's the biggest takeaway that I have from inclusion, is that I have grown exponentially when it comes to how I engage with people, how I conduct myself, and I continue to see more of Gerilyn, and that makes it fun and it makes it exciting. So I'm excited to just display what inclusion on the slopes really looks like. So we'll have some fun activities where we're talking to people who are preparing to go out to be on snow, who have been on snow and have just came back, or, even my family's coming later on this week. So my brother will be on this vlog, and I guess you can call it a show, whatever you want to call it. But I just wanted to find a way to get more intimate and connected with people and show how inclusion can show up in a very authentic way. And so, I'm excited about the winter season. I know this is a season that we've never experienced, but I think it's going to be amazing. And I hope that you subscribe. So please subscribe to these series, because I think they'll be highly informative. I'm going to talk about some tips from organizations. I'm going to talk from an organizational structure component. I'm going to talk about some tips in reference to, how can you do this personally? So it's going to be very much so informative and research based, but also too authentic. I want to get to know you, and I want you to get to know me. So once again, please subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you on the next vlog. All right, talk to you soon.